We're in Ogba, Nigeria. Well, okay, a big thank you and welcome to everyone. Flip TV, we are judged the best online TV in West Africa and also in the world. A big thank you, welcome to this wonderful edition of Bystanders at the Newsstands. I will be my wonderful reviewers. Okay, let's move over to the newspaper headlines this morning. We have with us the Nigerian Tribune and also we have the Punch newspaper. Okay, over to the Nigerian Tribune. Above the masthead, ACF supports ban on open grazing. Arewa Consultative Forum supports ban on open grazing. Sixth amendment to Article 3 of ECOWAS Protocol. Now, from Bajabia Mila, only 9% of armed forces budget is spent on equipment. Only 9% of armed forces budget is spent on equipment. Ahmed, Esquire governor in EFC net, over alleged 9 billion diversion. Former governor of Kwara State, Ahmed, has been arrested by the EFCC over 9 billion naira diversion. Okay, below the masthead, the main headline this morning: PDP governors to Buhari send bill to National Assembly for power devolution now. PDP governors are telling Buhari that they should send the bill to National Assembly for power devolution now. They back restructuring, ranching to end clashes. They are backing restructuring and they are saying that the ranching must end so that the clashes also will end. 36 governors meet tomorrow over controversial executive order 10 others. 36 governors are to meet tomorrow over controversial executive order 10 others. Okay, police station set ablaze in Abia INEC office. Abia INEC office in Enugu attacked. Police station set ablaze in Abia INEC office in Enugu attack. Lekki Deep Seaport, Lagos secures $629 million loan to fund project. Lekki Deep Seaport, Lagos secures $629 million loan to fund projects. This is a picture of the PDP governors that met in Oyo State. Kaduna Labour shut banks, schools, airports, train station, government offices. In Kaduna, Labour shut banks, schools, airports, train station, government office. No retreat, no surrender, NLC president declares. And lastly, FG has uncovered 476 online sites set up to fight government. Wow. FG has uncovered 476 online sites set up to fight government. That's from Lai Mohammed. Let's move over to the Punch newspaper this morning. Some foreigners don't need NIN for SIM registration. Some foreigners don't need NIN for SIM registration. That's from the NCC, the agency headed by Pantami, saying that some foreigners don't need NIN for SIM registration. The main headline tells us that INEC meets security chiefs as burnt offices rise to 21. INEC meets security chiefs as burnt offices rise to 21. 2023 poll budgetary may rise. 2023 poll budget may rise. Commission plans to replace attacked facilities. This is also the NLC strike in Kaduna. That's the picture on the front page of the newspaper. El-Rufai alleges sabotage as NLC strike grounds in Kaduna. I'll contest Osun PDP governor ticket in 2022. Ogunbiyi. Osibajo disowns group pushing alleged 2023 presidential agenda. Osibajo disowns group pushing alleged 2023 presidential agenda. Over to inflation drops marginally. Experts counsel FG on security. Inflation drops marginally. Experts counsel FG on security. Let's move over to our reviewers this morning as they make justice to the newspaper headlines. Have with me Mr. Chigozie. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I'm so excited this morning. How are you?
What's making you to be excited?
Yes, I'm excited because the third time is here for the restoration of my own nation. And I'm so happy with what, of course, Chief Sunday Igbohu said, that any further attack on southeastern region is an attack on the Yoruba nation. So we much anticipated this time and this cooperation between our fellow brothers. So that suggests that, of course, we are closer to the promised land by this uniformity that a Yoruba man come to understand that the people from the southern region or southeast are their brothers. So I think that is what we need, the harmony we need to drive this common interests
Are you saying that
against our common enemies.
are you saying that this is going to last for long?
That has come to stay because we can no longer be divided by the few political disgruntled and greedy elements within the southern region. So the call for self-determination is now at the point of rebirth. So we are, any moment from now, you will just be anticipating
What will you say now?
the unusual.
Okay, what will you say now? Now that the army they are asking for arms, it seems that they are weak at that point.
Yes, the armies are asking because that simply defines their position. That the armies have been technically defeated. They have lost the morale, they have lost confidence, even in the Nigerian states. Because most of the armies have been dislodged and killed by the so-called proponents of jihad or Islamic caliphates. So this is a planned work to exterminate all and destroy Nigeria. So Nigeria is facing every side, a very serious problem.
Some people are saying that Nigeria is going to come out of it.
Nigeria, you can't come out of when you have a system or your organs multi-organ failure. How do you think you are suffering from kidney failure? You are suffering from heart failure. So the chances of surviving is 0%.
Okay, let's move internationally. Buhari has supported Palestine, and Christian Assembly of Nigeria is telling Buhari, why would he support Palestine over Israel? What is your take on that?
Yes, the Bible said, where your hearts, your words is where your hearts lies. So Buhari, of course, is a religious fanatic. So he is anti-Christian, and we want to give his support to whatever that will crush Christian or the allies of Christianity. So that is purely what is happening. It was based on Islamic fanaticism, not just on maybe sympathy or what. They want Christians exterminated. They want the Jewish nation to crumble or collapse, invariably to be exterminated. Okay. But of course, they have not seen the gods of Israel.
Okay, looking at this,
which of course, when Nigeria declared war against the Biafran state in 1967, concurrently, simultaneously, Israel also was fighting war. You see, that in December 1967, it has a correlation to suggest that we are part of the Abrahamic seed. So we people from the Biafran are extraction of Israel. So when they are fighting war in 1967, we also we are fighting war against the Nigerian state. And thank God we are closer to the victory. We can investigate the victory.
Now, federal government, would the federal government eventually bow to restructuring now that the PDP governors have come out to ask for restructuring?
I told you there's no federal government. The system is already collapsed. What you are seeing, you can see the governors will be meeting either today or tomorrow. They are to discuss sensitive issues that also borders on the freedom of Biafra. They may not disclose that to the public. Yes, they have no option. There are templates on how the restoration of Biafra will go. I think by now we are at the 15th stage, 15th level of this movement. So what we are waiting now is the last lap of this movement, restoration of Biafra, Oduduwa nation, and probably the Middle Belt or whatever. So Nigeria is already gone. Of course, you have already, the core north have 12 states, which of course have promoted the Sharia states. So they already have separated themselves from the current system called Nigeria. So what is left now is the last lap, the last straw that breaks the camel's back.
I don't understand.
You don't understand. You understand, my brother. You are not meant to understand everything. as a young man, in the due course, you will understand. But one thing you should keep faith alive, that we are giving birth to a better nation, where you will be glad, you will be happy to identify that truly I'm a Biafran man.
What I take from this is that you are saying all the things happening in Nigeria is working towards the restoration in one way or the other.
It's working. Nigeria is teaching towards the end, and invariably is what you expect when something is moving towards the end. You get the more heat, you get the more unrest. So that suggests that when at the time of delivery, you see the pang of delivery of birth becomes so very high, showing that the woman is about to push another generation, another mighty nation. That is just what Nigeria we are seeing in this contraction called Nigeria.
Okay, over 21 INEC office has been burned in the past few months. Does this lead to no elections 2023?
That was why should such offices be burned? Because they have overstayed their relevance. I told you that Nigeria is gone, and whatever identified that is symbolic to this country is also dying along with it. So it's not a surprise that 21, of course, INEC offices were burned, probably by people who felt aggrieved, who understood the timing and the season we are in. Yes, of course, the people of Isaka have understanding of the time. So it behoves on people, the few who want to know. You can still live in denial if you choose to. So Nigeria is no more, and what election are you expecting? Okay, probably that could be in the next dispensation of the Biafran state.
My last question. If an Igbo man is made president, will the agitation die?
Made president, you don't blow a dead man, because you were spending your energies, resources, and even your time doing that, because it's an effort in futility. Becoming president to quit nation, a nation that is dead already. You can see, you can attest to that. That an average man, that a graduate cannot fend for himself, let alone his dependents, people surrounding him. Is that a place you should desire or to call your own? You see, we are a place, of course, we are no longer arguing with the Fulanis. They have moved on with their caliphate, with their Sharia states. About 12 states, they have declared, of course, their caliphates. So I wish them well. But I think that for us, we are moving forward. I must commend Chief Sunday Igboho for that unifying statement. Of course, we have been showing solidarity to the Oduduwa movement as Biafran people. So that coming from him now, inspires thoughts. They say the air of confidence inspires thoughts. And of course, we have a very bad or sad history between the Yoruba and the Biafran nation. But thank God that at this time we are living above our errors and above the past, so that we can have a common front to unify ourselves and understand that we are brothers and we have a common boundary. We can share things in common. We share the same ideology, which is the restoration of our own identity as a people. And that defines the way forward. It is much anticipated, and now it is happening, shows that when you see the fig tree already, how did the Bible put it? That it shows that the season of dryness is already but for us, it is a season of blossomness that awaits the people. Congratulations to everyone that have identified with this noble cause. I'm grateful, and I deem it an honor to identify as a Biafran man.
Okay, thank you very much. We also, Mr. Felix, the way you are looking at Mr. Chigozie, it seems you have some.
I know. I have learned to, from this platform, I have learned to take my ideology to a very strong conclusion. My take there is this: the same Chigozie that is talking, he comes from a family in Nigeria. He's talking about going to Biafra, going to this. Who are the people that constitute Biafra? Are they not family? Their root, is it not Nigeria? The same issue we have.
Their root is Nigeria.
Yes.
The families in the east, they're saying their roots is in Nigeria.
It's in Nigeria.
We heard that this Biafra existed before Nigeria. So how do they have their roots in Nigeria?
Hello, sir. Biafra never existed before Nigeria. Biafra never existed before Nigeria.
They were Easterners. They were Igbo people before.
We were operating regional government.
Okay.
We were operating based on regional government. The first prime minister we had in Nigeria came from the east. I stand to be corrected on this platform. Nnamdi Azikiwe, I stand to be corrected on this platform. The way they are talking about going is not the problem. The ultimate effect of the issue on ground is still going to bounce back on them. The issue now is this: what is the way forward? What is the way forward? Separation cannot solve the problem, because when they go, they are still going to encounter what we encounter in Nigeria. Look at Sudan. South Sudan. They are still encountering worse issue now. My brother Chigozie is his choice. He has the right to go. But one of the things I'm just telling him is that it will not augur well when he gets to that other side and say, had I know, would have left us in Nigeria, taking us to Biafra. That's my take about that, because I pray their case will not be like that of Egypt, the Israelite. You would have left us here. We would have preferred to die in Nigeria. A lot of issues are going on.
But Sunday Igboho is leading other people to Oduduwa. So where would you? If Biafra goes, where would you go? If Sunday Igboho has Oduduwa.
All what we are seeing now is at a point of issues that has not been addressed, trying to cause catastrophe in the society. If you look at today's paper, the 36 governors want to hold a meeting looking at the way forward. Why do we resolve this issue? Where did we get it wrong? If all these things are atomized and are dealt with, I believe Nigeria will bounce back. These are not the first time we are having issue. In June 12, when the Igbos were running back home, they said Nigeria will scatter. We are still in Nigeria. 2015, they said there will not be election in Nigeria. Elections still held. 2019, they said there will not be election in Nigeria. Elections still held. You understand? We know our problem. If we don't address our problem, that problem will continue to haunt us. The so-called the IPOB that said they want to go, if they don't address the issue when they are in Nigeria, and so okay, after addressing the issue, they are free to go. You understand? Because if we don't address that issue will still haunt them. And that is a very strong fundamental issue we are having. Going is not the problem. The problem is, where did we get it wrong? Where did we get it wrong? As a nation, Nigeria. If you want to go as a Biafran, if you want to go as Oduduwa, this thing that happened to Nigeria, will it not happen if we don't address this issue? Those are the takes I want us to look at. Going is not the problem. But when you don't solve the problem that wants to make you go,
you carry it over.
You carry it over.
Okay.
And it's going to cause a lot of more, it's going to cause more problem. Our president, I heard in the social media, our president, they said they were chasing him out in France because they canceled the meeting because they knew that what he has, that he has to go back to his home and go and solve the issue. The issue on ground is, let us come back home. The responsibility belongs to me, you, and everybody. Your family, my family, has a part to play. This sectionalism, nepotism must stop. It must stop from our presidency. Yesterday, I said it on this platform, saying that our presidency is the one causing all this issue, in the sense that he's selecting from one particular section. If the governors can come to a compromise and say, this is the way forward, this is where we stand, I believe the president will be able to listen to them. But this is 36 state governor.
Okay, now they are calling for restructuring now.
The restructuring is that let them itemize the issue. Let them itemize the issue and agree and sign a memorandum of understanding that this is the way forward for this country not to break. You understand? That is why it's giving Chigozie and co to say that the country is dead. No, you don't write off a sovereign state. There are times a sovereign state will have issues. There are times there's a way they resolve their own issue. If they don't resolve that issue, the things will not be solved. And these are issues that are front burner to Nigerian economy. And this can be solved internally. It's not externally. Going away will not solve the problem. That's my take about that.
Okay, now Buhari is in support of Palestine. The Christian Association of Nigeria has attacked him and saying, why would he support that? Nigeria is not a Muslim state, but a secular state. What will you say about
that? Well, our president, you know, is a religious fanatic. And you will know from the instinct that it is where his heart is, that's where he's going to go. He's not a Christian. So that is take. That's why Nigeria is not an Islamic nation, but we need to stand our ground. The Christian Association of Nigeria, they should stand and speak the right thing. It's not attacking the president. What have they done? The so-called the Christian Association, they are the one even giving the president more edge, more power. They are not telling the president the truth. And Nigeria, there are issues that are on ground that the Christian Association need to solve. When these issues are not solved, the next president is going to be a rotational president. The next president should come from the Christian background. The other one is going to come from. It's not that he's enslaving us. We all knew that Buhari is an Islamic bigot. He is a religious fanatic to the core. And from this, the Christian Association should not keep quiet any longer. They have been quiet for a very long time. They are chasing what they are not supposed to chase. That's my take about that, sir.
Okay, lastly, now, FD has uncovered 476 online sites set up to fight the government. What would be your take on that?
Well, if you talk about the federal government, this federal government are not sincere. Let them go ahead and uncover it, because most of these things I see are not true. They are not true, and this information will be coming from the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed. Everything about Lai Mohammed, with all due respect, sir, is propaganda. It's propaganda. I stand to be corrected on this platform. It's propaganda. He was the one that told us Boko Haram have been technically defeated. Look what is haunting us now. He wants to shift people's attention. I don't believe what he's saying. And I know viewers in diaspora, everybody in Nigeria knows that what Lai Mohammed is saying is not true. What are they supposed to do? They know what to do. He should not come out and say something that is not real. This was the same government that wants to ban them. There will not be social media. There will be controlling social media. Look, you can see all what this Minister of Information is saying. That's my take about that, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Felix. Wonderful one from Mr. Felix. With me, Mr. Matthew. Matthew, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
How was your day?
Fine.
Okay, let's start from FG. The federal government has uncovered 476 online sites set up to fight government. In Nigeria, do we fight the government, or is it that we are just fighting for our rights?
Thank you very much. I think the government is playing to the gallery. Because by our standard, the government has what it takes to do investigation and prosecution. So if they have uncovered any number of sites where there is smear campaign against the government, and they feel that we established prima facie case against an individual, a corporate organization, I think the right thing to do is not to come to the press. The right thing to do is to approach a court of competent jurisdiction, get them arrested, and get them prosecuted. So coming to the public to start shouting, I think they are trying to play to the gallery. In the time past, I heard this government telling us that Boko Haram have been technically defeated. And up to now, Boko Haram is still possess that potent force. We are seeing the government make some claims that they know the financials of Boko Haram. We are seeing them claim to have made some arrests. As we speak, we have not seen anybody under prosecution. So for me, I see them as playing to the gallery. If they want to do the needful, let them arrest any perceived enemy of the Nigerian states, and with evidence, and charge the person to court. It's only in Nigeria that instead of the security agencies to do their diligent work, they will be going to the media to issue press statements. If you want to fight crime, what you do is come about with your strategy. Fight the crime in real time, not fighting it on the page of newspaper. For me, that statement is diversionary. It's uncalled for, and the government should focus on the needful, not issue press statements.
Okay, on what basis can somebody be guilty of hate speech? On what basis can someone be guilty of hate speech?
To be quite honest with you, even the government drumming or talking about hate speech, it is even unnecessary, because there are existing laws that talk about libel, slander. So if you commit libel, you commit slander, these are laws already in the constitution that is punishable under Nigerian constitution. So if somebody lie against somebody slanders another person, they are offenses that are punishable under Nigerian constitution. I think it falls within the ambit of hate speech. But again, the way the government go about it is wrong. You do not even need to start talking about hate speech, because slander and libel still already have that provision. So what the government need to do is, if an individual or an organization commits slander or libel, you approach a court of competent jurisdiction, charge the person to court. If the person pleads guilty, the judge deliver judgment. If the person pleads not guilty, the proceeding continues. The government will have their day in court, the accused will have his day in court. At the end of the day, the judge will strike a balance and give a verdict. Okay. That's how I see it.
Okay. Will the federal government bow to pressure now that the PDP governors have come out threatening the federal government, saying that they must bow to restructure? Would federal government bow to pressure?
I've been saying it before now, that this round table that federal government is avoiding, it will get a point where they can no longer avoid it. Now let's look at some fundamentals. Look at the resolution of southern governors. Look at the tenets of the constitution. 1990, the Land Use Act of 1987. That act puts authority of land on the governors, who hold such land who hold such land on behalf of the states. So that is why it is the governor who issues certificates of occupancy. So by our standard, you who is coming from other states to come to a particular state to do a business, you need a certificate of occupancy. You need the consent of the governor to obtain that. Even when you go and acquire land from a traditional ruler, an individual, you equally need several. You are even a tenant in that land until the state government gives you certificate of occupancy. Even your own ancestral home, you are a tenant, because the state government is the one that owns that land. And when they give you certificate of occupancy, that certificate of occupancy is only for a duration, and the state government even reserve right to revoke it if the need to put a better use of that land arises. So what I'm trying to say in essence is, it is even on record before now that the state governors is the one that have right to issue land. But again, I think the position of these PDP governors is sacrosanct, is pertinent, is relevant, because they have advised federal government through the presidency to come up with executive bill to approach National Assembly for purpose of amending the constitution to have a new constitution. Because if you look at the way it is, as an individual, as an organization, to come up with a bill that will say true in National Assembly concerning the nature of Nigeria is like trying to make the head of cow to pass through the eye of a needle. But if there's an executive bill, knowing the power that the presidency exerts in Nigerian democratic system, it will easily say true. Most especially as almost everybody is signing on to this issue of having a new Nigeria. Because if you look at what is transpiring currently, the whole southern states are unison. Just yesterday, Middle Belt and some minorities in the north have supported the move by the southern governors. So by our standard, you are already getting more than half support. I mean, when it comes to representatives of the country. So on that basis, I think the needful thing to do is for Mr. President to swallow his pride and understand that we are in democracy, and that democracy implies government of the people, for the people, and by the people. A situation where your people will be yearning for a change, and you feel adamant, you feel stubborn, you don't want to cooperate, you are breeding acrimony. You are making people to feel that their opinion do not count. We have seen instances where even members of APC, who is Mr. President Party, have raised issues at the Hollow Chamber of Senate to give effect to the issue of insecurity and the way the thing is deteriorating. So what I'm saying in essence is, it is proving that a good number of Nigerians, they are on the same page on a new Nigeria, on a restructured Nigeria, on the way forward. And the right thing for the government to do at this particular time is to bow to voice of reason, is to come about. It doesn't take anything from federal government. Summon the Sovereign National Conference. Let us have a national discussion. You can call it any name, but the bottom line is, let all interests be represented, and let federal government should not be the one dictating, selecting representative of the people. All interests, like a Sunday who is leading an agitation in the southwest, and Nnamdi Kanu who is leading an agitation in the southeast. Just like that, let all interests be captured. If you bring an avenue for dialogue, for discussion, and people refuse to honor it, you cannot be justified to say, okay, I provided this platform and people are not honoring it. Look at what's happening in the Middle East. Look at what is happening between Israel and Palestine. American envoy is already in Israel to broker peace. Even at that level of provocation and invasion and attack by Palestine and Israel, the bottom line is going to end on the round table. I've seen reports suggesting that the Turkey president has caused so many nations in the world, including Mr. President Muhammad Buhari, that they need to show solidarity with Palestine. I now begin to ask, what role can a Nigerian sovereign state play at that level? I equally understand anyway that if it comes to the area of UN General Assembly voting, Nigeria may have a stake. But again, if it comes to that level, I will advise Mr. President, just like Khan have advised Nigerian government, that they should not maintain any position. They should not take a stand. Rather, they should seek de-escalation of the whole crisis. They should not pretend with any side. Because if you look at what is transpiring in that Middle East, however you look at it, there was provocation from this Gaza against Israel.
From Hamas.
Yes, and that is why American government has said that Israeli government have right of self-defense. Having said that, I'm using the opportunity to advise Mr. President that he should not take side. He should not pretend with, because Nigeria is a secular society. So if you are pretending with any side, you are polarizing the country. The right thing for him to do is to seek the escalation of the whole crisis. Just like America has sent their envoy to Israel to have talk with both sides to see how they can de-escalate the whole issue. That is why I'm calling on even the Turkey president to stop that move of calling Arab world, calling different countries, seeking collaboration against another nation. As a leader, what he should be doing, how do you de-escalate the whole crisis rather than trying to fuel it? That's why I see that one.
Okay, no election in sight. People are saying 2023, over 21 INEC stations have been bombed, destroyed, or razed down. Do we see any election in the southwest?
To be quite honest with you, there are threats, not just about election. Nigeria is facing existential threats. The government, federal government of Nigeria have acknowledged that. And again, if you see the systemic burning of INEC facilities, it tells you that there is a plan to decimate INEC from having the capacity to conduct elections.
Is it a plan of IPOB?
I do not know who is involved. But what I can categorically tell you that it is not a civilized way of addressing such issues. Why did I say so? If you look at the burn of police stations, the burn of INEC offices, nobody have claimed responsibility. Though the police have severally accused IPOB and ESN, but IPOB has severally denied culpability and responsibility. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? It tells you that burning, arson, this wanton destruction of life and property is not the best way to address any issue. Because if somebody who is accused is denying culpability, it tells that it is not a civilized way of addressing it. But again, looking at burning of INEC facility, I think what the government needs to do is to look for who is aggrieved, who is systematically trying to decimate INEC from having capacity to conduct election. Because whether we like it or not, it will get a point where INEC may not have the capacity to conduct election. Because if all their equipments are being burned down, if all their computers are burned down, everywhere they have all their database is burned down, all their fingerprint capture machine is being burned down, what does that tell you? It tells you that until they acquire those things again, they may not have what it takes to conduct election. And you know that most of all these sensitive materials of INEC, it takes some process to produce before you get delivery, take delivery of it. So if it is being burned down and government is not checking it, government is not addressing the root cause, and it continues unabating, it will get to a point where Nigeria INEC may not have the capacity to conduct election. So that's why I want the government to get to the root cause of these issues, and get to the root cause of it is bringing about a national discourse, a national discussion, a sovereign national conference where you bring every interest on board. Whether you don't like that person's face is not the issue. The issue is that we are at a crossroad. We need a solution, and the solution means gathering information, getting everyone's opinion, striking a balance, and using a carrot and stick approach to resolve most of the issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sunday, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Almost 21 INEC stations has been burnt. Does it mean that people are so serious that there will be no election 2023?
Even though the INEC elections have not been born, they have never given up peace for this country. They do free and fair election. They only do wuru election. You understand? It's something, and I love what is happening because they had to show to the government. Somebody, I was hearing you ask a question that can we fight government? Who are the government? How many are there? Is it the number of the government? How many are there? Nigeria army is not more than only the youth. Nigeria police is not more than only the youth. So if we come in united way to fight them, they can't withstand it. Nigeria have been quiet. The people have been quiet. We are suffering and smiling. You wake up in the morning, sometimes nothing to eat. You just compose yourself. You understand? You compose yourself, you go out, but the government who there still won't belong to us. That is why the person wey dey for Aso Rock as the president say anytime wey wan comot, I don tell people say that sign wey Buhari dey do like this, dey whip, dey tell una, dey bid una bye bye to poverty, wan go enjoy himself because he know say nothing dey for here. He no wan die for the AC wey dey put for am for Aso Rock. That's why if you wan comot go win, you go dey for air. Na when you don reach flight, when you don reach where you wan put the hair for flight, you go do na bye bye. And they have never questioned that man. And we are here deceiving ourselves because of people who don't know. See,
Sunday Igboho said any attack on Southeast is an attack on Oduduwa.
Southeast or Southwest?
Southeast is an attack on Oduduwa.
Yes, now because that is what I told you before, that we have many, these our politicians, they are trying to join the head of the Igbo and the Yoruba together because they not look at the youth of Yoruba, some youth, not all of them, because we still have some that have turned themselves to slave to Tinubu. Those ones, in future, say they no fit come out again. You understand? But we still have some learned ones that know that, oh God, we cannot continue like this anymore. We cannot continue to say Baba Sokwe anymore. We cannot continue to bar them for Godfather anymore. We must start for what we want. As the country is not working for us, we don't want Nigeria again. Now by force. Is it not the same Nigeria that begged British to give them independence? British did not give them independence. Now some people say they are make us minority. Like now, Igbo and the Yoruba now, we are 10 class citizens of this country. Now Kawo is the first class citizen. And kill one cow. One cow will take almost 100 lives. Then who is the Nigerian citizen? They value cow. Things of Nigeria piss me off. Only if this our governor, all these governors when they talk, restructure, the time for restructure have passed. PDP are in power before. Why could they not restructure the country? Is it now that we say we don't want Nigeria again? That the eastern governor, the southern governor are waking up. They are waking up, say they want restructure. They are putting pressure because they see the high writing written on the wall. It never starts. Burning of INEC herself never starts. You see, many evil security self will be afraid to come out to conduct 2020 election. That is why there will not be election.
Army, police will be afraid to come out.
Yes, there will not be election because that day, one of the politicians in the north, that Kwokwoso, he tell them, he made one speech, and that speech I already remember saying 2023 will be do or die affair. You understand? So I only blame our youth that will still go and die because of those mumu politicians. I tell them to fight for their own right. Me, I can never fight for any politician for this country again.
That is hungry. How can you fight for your
that is the hungry that will make everybody to get angry. You know, the hungry, they cause anger. When you are hungry, the kind of anger that will come to your head. My brother, if you are not careful, you use your mama, your family for money ritual. You understand? The way you come to anger, that you are angry both with the government. If you see gun, what do you think you use it for? That is the problem of Nigeria now. And that is the hungry that made Boko Haram are sharing food, giving those Arimajiri gun, give them 500 naira. You know what, Sharp? Because of the hungry. It have never started even in the east. The east, see that east. They are just washing. If they let them pack all the battalion of army go to east, the eastern people will never run away from there. They have warned Buhari before, don't allow the eastern youth to carry gun. No, now they don't carry the gun. Do you think they can drop it? Who would they drop it for? You understand? If they carry gun, many of the army self, the way they run for Boko Haram, they go to run, follow bush, go back to where they come from.
Nigeria will divide. No matter what happens.
Waiting one keep Nigeria together, where the president is causing hatred and is tribalism. I do what I will say again. The president is biased. All the northern people cannot say the truth. You understand? The northern Ifrani, all the Hausa, they are the enemy of this country because they don't like what they enjoy the pleasure, the suffering and the hardship that their brother is causing to everybody. The country where they managed before, Buhari just come. With the other man, where they call her, that Laila Mohammed. You must name that website. You understand? I've been informed how many websites that you people discover that is want to spoil the government. If the government that is afraid, that is why they bring different something to distract the heart of people. Me and you know that Laila Mohammed never say any truth since we enter that power. Everything when they talk na lie. He tell us say they are cripple Boko Haram. Now Boko Haram is working stronger. Living in the north, they live in Niger State, they are sharing money for people, sharing food. They now become a first citizen in the north with the AK-47, and you are after some people that are not killing innocent people. You know how many like Boko Haram share? And we have some stupid people that call themselves, say they are leading us, want to deceive people, say they discover. That man, I'm happy for what is happening in Kaduna State. Oh. Before Labour, I see them like mad people. All of they will not have Labour for this country. Until the Labour, they increase fuel, Labour could not talk. But this one affect them. They sack them unknowingly. And now they rise up. Until the whole Nigeria will rise up the way they rise up, the Labour are raising up in Kaduna. If they don't do like that, Buhari and all the governors where they take all like slave will still continue to enslave everybody. We rise up, either we give them option. We need freedom. We want to live. All they tell us, they think that will benefit us because they have never tell us any truth. All of them, from the day all of them they do. They, on a campaign ground, they will promise heaven and earth, but when they reach there, shishi, if person like Buhari can promise Nigeria heaven and earth, that he reach there, they promise $1, he go bring dollar to $1. What did they do now? Dollar, how much be dollar now? He go reduce fuel to 50 naira. How much be liter of fuel now? It's going to 200 very soon. Full stuff, full stuff. Go market, carry 20,000. You cannot feed your family and your children with 20,000 minimum wage. They refuse to pay even 30,000. Why one senator is giving 13 million? How many million? Just to go and sit down and sleeping. They are sleeping there. They don't have anything to do with their constitution. They don't know what is happening in the people that put them there to represent them. They just go there and sleep, and they'll collect hardship allowance. They will collect hardship allowance. They will collect wardrobe allowance, and we are hungry and suffering. Those people must be stoned to death, all of them. If the youth, the president or the governor will not have the heart of their people, they should stone all of them to death. That is when peace fit dey. Revolution, if they want to do revolution, not to revolution to remain with Hausa people, revolution to divide Nigeria, that is the main important thing. That be the main thing.
Thank you, Mr. Sunday. Wonderful. Mr. Lucky, they say you are chewing gum.
Good morning, my brother. Good morning, viewer. What do you expect? I have to chew gum. Where people are taking tea this morning? Tea. My own tea is chew gum. So to empower me, that's the only way. Thank you. Go ahead. Let's go.
Okay. Will federal government bow down to the PDP governors? Now they are asking for restructure.
Do we have federal government under this APC? We have, Abi. Do we have president under this APC?
Buhari is president.
He's the president.
Yeah.
Now you have been married?
No.
You have not married. I'm married. Before I leave house, I make sure my children, I discuss with them, I talk to them. I'm much more a father of the nation. Buhari is traveling. He has not even tell anybody that he's traveling to France. He has not even addressed people. So that is not a father. So listen to PDP. It's just wasting of time. You can't listen to them. Let the PDP's governors go and implement what they say in that area. That's the only thing. Now many waiting for president. They will wait in vain.
No, without the president, they cannot. That restructuring bill, it cannot be possible without the president.
My brother, what are they? Leave that one. What stop? Are you aware? In Zamfara, they have been digging gold for years.
Yeah.
Are they remitting to federal government? That's the question.
Your oil in the south is you must remit to federal government.
That's what I'm saying. In Lagos State,
Will you say you are not going to remit it again?
that is the best way. Let's state go and manage their resources. Go and create their police as the way the Southwest create Omotekin. Let the South create their own security. Let the Southeast create their own security.
Without the approval of the
Which federal government? Do you have federal government? Do you have a president? Do you have? He will not approve anything for you.
Is it not the same federal government that sent army to
go and kill human beings there, kill the Igbos there?
We have federal government.
You can see how Buhari have turned Nigeria and old men. See how somebody displaying on my back because because of the attitude of our government, everybody is mad in Nigeria now. Everybody is mad. Everybody is mad because things are not working. So now back to your question. Sending millions of troops to Southeast, they know that Southeast boys are very large. When they shout, they fought war before against Nigeria. And this time around, everybody is strong. Every region is strong now. So federal government is afraid. And the man is not addressing the issue. That's my problem. Talk here, speak grammar, speak this thing. Our president is not, you see, the only language our government here is strike. Only language they hear is, if you like, let me tell you. As I come here, I'll be speaking grammar. Falano, I'll be speaking grammar. Shoyinka, I'll be speaking grammar. In fact, they give them a word. At the end, what is still going on in Nigeria? Nothing. Except we that is talking here, tell the word, the truth. That's why you see Lai Mohammed say 476 online. Who are they? Now we don't mind I'm leave that man. That man, in fact, if I become a president, I will scrap information ministry. I don't need them. We don't need them. What is it doing? They're just collecting money for nothing. Not doing anything. Just to lie, tell lies. So what I'm saying, this country is dead already. Actually, I'll be clamoring for one nation, one Nigeria. But when I see the situation of the country, my brother, I don't need to be told. So I look, everybody is like I'm alone. So if you go to Yoruba side, they are coming for separation. Go to Southeast for separation, South separation, even the North. So because we don't have central government. I'm telling the truth. All this PDP and APC, they are the same. There's no difference. Let me tell you something. If the president arrived from France now, you see, when the PDP governor meet the president, they will change another tune. What they will do now, let them impeach the Senate president first and the speaker, let them impeach them. It's to send signal to the president. If they can impeach Senate president and speaker, the next person impeach the president. Because nothing is working, my brother. Is it when the heaven fall before we know things are not working? Everybody is frustrated. Everybody is mad. You can see an almost about 65 years old man on my back trying to blow because he's mad. Nothing is coming up. And that man is supposed to be either work or at home. Or even me that is talking here. If I finish talking, I'm supposed to go home. If I finish here, do you know I go? I have to go and start begging God. Thank you. I have to go to church. The only way that person can run to now is church. Because if you don't go to church, you won't get anything, you know, pastor will at least, the little, no matter anything. These are not right. These are not, see, let me tell you, during the Obasanjo time, nobody look government. We can feed ourselves. During Yar'Adua time, the same thing. Good luck time, the same thing. But when this man came in a wicked person, a pharaoh. In fact, this man is a pharaoh. He's a son of a pharaoh. As he came in, the first thing, close everywhere, close border. And increase fuel. You know fuel is our source of Nigeria. This increase, how many times has it increased for? As I hear my brother say Sunday saying labor, he give kudos to labor. Who is labor? Labor are fighting for their self. Labor is not fighting for Nigeria. I see President Osomole small. Why President Osomole? I remember during Obasanjo time, the Osomole will hold Nigeria ransom. But this labor we have now, do you think a brother to Buhari will hold Buhari ransom? No. Not only Kaduna should hold ransom alone. You should hold your Nigeria. Labor should come out. Hold your Nigeria ransom so that youth will support labor. We need people that will move forward, that will support just like the NSAS. The only language government here is strike. In Lagos, we are suffering in Lagos. No food, electricity, house rent. These are worse. So let me tell you, they are not blaming COVID. In other words, there is COVID worse than Nigeria, but they are still surviving. They plan. There's no plan in Lagos, no plan in the even FCT, no plan. That's why you see corruption, hunger, stealing, kidnapping. What you see, the point is that we don't have a president that can address the issue. A speaker, National Assembly, Senate, they are not addressing the issue. Now, it's only that we talk people to hear. But we need a leader that will lead us. Whatever our president is doing in France is nothing for us. I learned that this morning, the chief of army staff, of defense staff, asking for $2 billion. The first $1 billion Buhari took, are they account for it? Nobody's asking question. The labor are not asking question. If you like, buy the whole weapon in the whole world. Nigerians are hungry. You can't stop them not to kidnap. There is corruption in Nigeria from the top to the level, last level. That is the thing. If you like, talk there for yet the generation. The country have spoiled until we have a good leadership. A youth that will come out. Not all these politicians, PDP, APC, all of them, they are all the same thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. David. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian Chukwu.
How are you?
I'm good. And you?
Yeah.
Happy New Day.
Same to you. There's many things that is bothering us in Nigeria.
Okay.
So many things. I just want to point to the fact that 2023 may not hold. 2023 elections may not hold, according to so many people, because of the destruction of INEC facilities. So what is your take on that?
Thank you, Mr. Christian Chukwu. First and foremost, we need to unravel the cause of these destructions, why this office have been attacked. Now, before such thing happen, there must be a problem that have necessitated to the cause of this destruction. Now, as the president addressed it. Now, some people are agitating for secession. As the president called them for dialogue, some persons are saying they want their own republic. You, as the president, that belongs to nobody. Why don't you sit down on the round table and dialogue with them? In as much as you don't buy the idea. Even if you buy the idea or not, for what is the way forward as a president? Why don't you call them, sit down on the round table? Now, the same Fulani S-men are killing, the same Boko Haram are killing, the same banditries in the north. Is the president not giving them amnesty? That's a lone question. Is the president, are they not been granted amnesty for them to join the military, called by tagging them as repented Boko Haram? Now, why don't you replicate the same thing to the south here? Why don't you sit down with the elders in the east? Sit down with them. What is the way forward? Dialogue. What are these people really running for? How can we save this country if truly you have the interest of the country at hand? The president has not done all this. You can see when the Niger Delta boys were destroying pipelines under Yar'Adua era. Yar'Adua did not bring in ethnic sentiment. In as much he is also a Fulani man. He went to the south. He went to Port Harcourt. He went to Warri. South then with Tompolo. South down with Asabi Dokubo. Okay, fine. What do you guys want? There was a dialogue was switched. A resolution was switched. Okay, fine. He also gave them amnesty. Just to curb the words. Just to curb the words rising insecurity in that south as at then. The same thing the president ought to have done, just to bring calm, just to make sure Nigeria is calm. No part of the country is superior than any other region. But the president on his own is because of the problem. Because when you think some persons are more superior than the other, you have what rising insecurity challenges in the country. So the president on his own, if he thinks there will be 2023 election, he should call a national conference I don't know, even if you name it summit, I don't know whatever I want to name. Let everybody, let every region be represented. Let every region ask their own person that will speak on their behalf. Let them table whatever is bothering their region to the president and let it be addressed. Let it be addressed. It's not you. The president has always keep mum. I will not be surprised if there will be no election in 2023. Yes, I will not be surprised because even now, as and when people are not even burning INEC office, how credible is what? Is our election? How credible is it? There are always itches. INEC will tell you there is no server, polling booth, they could not arrive to the polling logistics problem. So if there will be no election by 2023, I will not be surprised because what the president has failed to what address the real issues. What is bothering people? Nigerians are not even looking about 2023 election. Nigerians are looking for a way forward. How to provide solution to this insecurity rocking the nation. And the president has not come out to what address the issue. Up until that, I don't think there will be election come 2023.
Okay, the governors have taken restructuring. PDP governors, to be precise, has taken restructuring battle to the president. We know the southern governors came and some elder statements also came. Will the federal government bow to pressure at this point in time?
Mr. Kesatiku, I told you the governors can only propose a bill, and such bill will be sent to the National Assembly. It is the National Assembly that will deliberate on it and also assent it and make it a law. After the bill has become a law, the president will assent to it. Now, yesterday, some caucus of the lawmakers in the House, in the National Assembly, are saying the governors cannot intimidate the president. The caucus, the northern lawmakers, the northern senators are saying that the PDP governors, neither the PDP governors or the southern governors forum cannot intimidate the president. In summary, what are they saying? That see, no matter how you propose this bill, it will not scale through in the House. It will not scale through because majority of the lawmakers now, before this bill becomes a law, senators need to dialogue. Senators need to also add their own contribution, and majority of the northern senators are against this bill. Now, how do you want the bill to become a law when you have the majority people who are opposing this bill are from the northern part of the country? How do you think the bill might not even scale to now? Before a bill becomes a law, it will scale to first reading, second reading, and third reading. And now this bill might not even scale through the first reading. It's my now, and the president and the Senate president again is also against this bill. So what are we saying? It's like medicine after death.
Are you saying that restructuring is dead on arrival?
It is dead on arrival. If it is dead on what arrival, because these are the processes restructuring need to pass through. You need to pass through the House, pass through the Allo chamber, and then also the president would assent to it. And now the Senate president is an Hausa man, which is against restructuring. Even the president, even Buhari, is against restructuring. So what am I saying? To me, it is dead on arrival. What the only hope for this country is let every jump go their way. Let the Oduduwa go their way. Let the Arewa go their way. Let the South go their way. Whosoever, because some persons don't want restructuring because they know when Nigeria is being restructuring, they are the greatest loser. They will lose out. They know. That is why you see them fighting every power that wants this restructuring to come forth. Now, don't be surprised. Ahmed Lawan would meet with Jagaban on this issue of restructuring. Tinubu has not made his position known on this issue of restructuring. Tinubu himself is also against it because because he knows when Nigeria is being restructured, there will no power much power will not be given to them at the center. And this man is also aspiring to become the president of the country. And by so doing that, power, there's what we call power devolution. Power can no longer hold at the center. So that is why Tinubu has kept mum. He does not know where to pitch his tent. But the national senators, northern senators, have made their own interest known that nobody can intimidate the president to restructure Nigeria. And if Nigeria it is not and if Nigeria is not what restructure, let's expect the worst. Let's expect the doom. All what you are seeing now is just what child's play.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. David. Mr. Charles, good morning.
Good morning. My name is still Mr. Charles. It's Chukwuyodi.
Okay, Mr. Charles, good morning. A quick one. INEC offices are being burnt. 21 INEC offices are being burnt by unknown gunmen, hoodlums, and whatever. Would this stop elections come 2023?
My brother, come to terms to this. They have not seen anything yet.
You have not seen anything
They
yet?
have not seen anything yet because when you are hungry, you can do anything just to survive. You cannot tell me that we are in a country whereby the youths are hungry and we are talking about election. Those that have been elected, what have they done to us? Nothing. So definitely they have not seen anything yet. That was, I don't know how to put it, but the burning of different places will still continue until they come to terms with what is due for us in this country as a citizen.
What is this?
My brother, I don't have job. You don't have job. So many people are suffering. We are hungry. That's no job. You go to school, no job for you, no work for you. At the end of the day, you find out that those people that are jargon that have nothing to do with the educational level, they are the one enjoying in this country. But you and I that go to school, we have nothing to do. You cannot even feed your family. You don't even have money to pay for your house rent. You don't have money to go to other things. So definitely, believe me, the burning will still continue until they come to terms with what is duly meant for you and I, because it should be a national cake. You eat, I eat, not something that is meant for only one particular person. Yes.
Is this burning from IPOB or a neutral?
My brother, is not from IPOP. He said it's a non-government. It's a neutral something. It's just that they are just trying to use IPOP as in because it's not a center figure. They just want to use it as in they are the one doing all those things. But IPOP is a peaceful, I don't know how to say, it's a peaceful organization that has nothing to do with war. But once you come out of war, I think they are ready to give it to you. But IPOP has nothing to do with burning of stations and INEC offices. It's a neutral and a non-government.
So what we are saying with restructuring, will restructuring not solve some?
My brother, you cannot restructure when you are not structured. You cannot restructure a particular place. You cannot restructure a particular set of people when you are not restructured yourself. You are talking about restructuring. What is restructuring? Ask yourself. The government are talking about restructuring. If you are not restructured, you cannot restructure others.
The confab is there to restructure. That's a structure.
The
2014 confab is there. That's a structure in itself.
Let them implement it. Let's see. If they really want to do it, they should go ahead and implement it. Let's see whether it will come to terms as in law. Because there must have, like my brother, the last speaker that just said, before a particular thing will turn to law, before a bill will turn to law, it must go to different stages. First reading, second reading, third reading, before it goes to the final stages. But when the final stage, even the bill we are talking about has nothing to do with even first reading. They have nothing to do with it. They are not even giving it. There's a veto in terms of the bill that has been taking place. So definitely, my brother, the restructuring you are talking about, I don't think you have to restructure yourself before you restructure, as in you talk about restructuring. But for now, my brother, the country is the country is a mess. We are hungry. We are suffering. Definitely, you cannot tell me that if I'm suffering, gone are those. Nigeria is the only country that are suffering and smiling. You find out that somebody is suffering at a point, but he'll be smiling because look at what is going on. As of yesterday, an Okada man I met the guy. It's an Okada man, a master degree holder in economics. An Igbo guy, we met, and he told me that they have stopped Okada riding in Lagos State. What would he be doing to feed his family? Tell me, what exactly are you talking about as a government? Somebody who has a master's degree in economics cannot even feed his family. The little one he has, he wants to abandon him, but you are there, so counting billions, millions, moving abroad. Okay, the France said that we should go and provide a real Buhari because the man we are saying in power is not the man, Buhari.
They said that
yes.
There's no meeting. They canceled the meeting. Not that they said we should go and
They said it, my brother. They said it and they will continue to say that this is not the real man as the president of the country.
Do you have any evidence?
My brother, I don't have any. If we are talking about evidence, the evidence is there already. We have so many. We have so many things on ground. For instance, Salah just finished. so many ceremonial things. The president will not even come out and address you and I as a president of the country. All you'll be hearing is just like, as in you put in a cassette, you'll be hearing the president say this. Is that the kind of president we want? My brother, you cannot restructure when you are not structured.
Okay.
That is it.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you very much.
I have Mr. Kunle with me. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Wonderful morning to you. Just such a wet day today, man.
A cool morning.
Yeah,
You
cool
said
morning, yeah.
You cannot restructure when we are not structured. Do you attest to that?
All this restructuring, restructuring. The restructuring has started already. Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu, they started the restructuring. So to me, all this restructuring, you forget all these politicians. Forget all of them. I'm telling you, forget all these politicians. Left to me, Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu, they started the restructuring for us. And when the time comes, everybody go. They will just wake up one day and see that we have restructured ourselves. Because we don't need to wait for them. We don't need to wait for them. The way things are going, me, I'm tired. I have to tell you, I'm tired. And all these things, we found ourselves this level we have because they've told us earlier that the way this country is, these people, they are hawk. We cannot survive under them. You know, I still refer back to early days of Showore. People start castigating that guy. He said there should be revolution. But what did Nigerians say? He has said with them. He's the one that chased this thing. There is no government on earth. I've been following Showore. I've been following his movements. And I've clicked to his movement likewise. There is no government he has done attack. Even when Obasanjo was there, he would go and wait for those government officials and mobilize against them, any country they went to. But we youths here, we are just politically blinded. We were just ethnicity blinded. But yes, we just became a stooge to all these politicians. But thank God, all of us are seeing the light, including I have my own shortcoming too. But the way things are now, anything all these people are saying, all these things, when they swallow all the money finish, they will come out with grammatical, confusions, restructuring all these things. The one Igbo and Kanu, I still repeat, is people's restructuring.
How can you restructure the Nnamdi Kanu restructuring, Igbo restructuring without your political leaders? How can you?
Who are the political leaders?
Without your leaders, both in the southeast and in the
who are the political leaders? Who are the political? I call them hawk. They are hyena that are ready to, what can I rats? Anything rats smell like food. Anything they smell like money. Anywhere dollars, anywhere naira is, that is where you see their seriousness. But any other thing, forget them, man. Forget them. Fella don't tell us. Then go, the Femi don't tell us. They bobo your papa, they bobo my mama, they still want they bobo me, they will still bobo my children. I've been hearing up NEPA since I was a kindergarten. Up till now, the children, my son of like 7 years old now, anytime light goes up, anytime light comes, he say up NEPA. Is that not a cost generation? We are trending towards a cost generation with a nation that doesn't exist. Nigeria is not existing any longer.
There's no hope in Nigeria anymore.
Do you have hope? No, tell me, do you have hope? Have you built a house? Can you afford, say, you want to ride a car this morning and go to any bank? Okay, this is what I have. Give me facilitate my this thing with car. Is your 3 square meal correct? Meal that you want to eat? Can you eat what you want?
There are some Nigerians that is saying that there's hope in Nigeria. There are some Nigerians.
Maybe there are some children of this politician, or there are all these cronies of this politician. There are a lot of them. You see them hanging around the corner of the street doing meeting, collecting 500 naira, 1,000 naira from all these politicians. So those are you will still see all these. What will I call them? Long throats, youths that will still be following all these politicians. You will see them. Those ones are born slaves right from there. Right from their mother's womb. They are born slave. So what do you expect of them? They have no vision, they have nothing to do. I could remember, like the way I got so tired, I had issue with the northern, guys on Harlem in Ikeja sometimes ago. And Before I know anything, they surrounded me like the crowd here now. Who is it? Go. You know, I have to retreat. I went to police station. When I got to the police station, they asked me, who do you come to report? I said, I came to report. I came here to report one Aboki. He said, Aboki, they get leg. I now told the woman, me, no be leg I take waka come here. Because you can see the extent of slavery, second slavery, we put ourselves. So the country, nobody, I can't call myself a first citizen of Nigeria any longer. So in a country where I'm not a first citizen, let me go my way and go and feel my first citizenship with my nation. If it is going to be Oduduwa nation, let it be. And if it doesn't work for me, let me go and look for a country that will seek refugee. Because it's better to be a refugee in an advanced country than to be here in a country that is just not, is the wayward country, has no objective, has no agenda for the masses. So the way I'm saying things now, I'm following anything all these government people talk on restructuring. Either Lawalo, either Agbajao, either any politician, either all these governors. I don't listen to them. Me, I'm watching, I'm giving Igboho and Kanu full backing about their restructuring.
So you are now an Oduduwa.
I've been an Oduduwa before. What are you saying? I've been an Oduduwa. I'm just telling you now that I've seen all these things. I've witnessed all these things. I've witnessed all this. Go to Area F there. Area F, Area G, police station. Go and check all the people in their detention camp, in their cells. You will never see any northerner in that cell. You will never see any northerner in that cell. And they are the one that the bloody terrorists, have you ever seen them arresting one Boko Haram people, Boko Haram terrorists, and showed him on TV and shoot him or tie him to rope and give him, death sentence judgment instantly? No, it will never happen. Now they say you found it sponsors of the Boko Haram. Now you said you are giving them secret trial. What is secret trial all about? When in Southern commits, you will expose him. You will give him a video, exposure, an open trial already. People will start viewing out this guy is a criminal. But check them out. They cover themselves. Look, I'm still telling you, that Komo, or what's that guy? That guy that went away with $54 million. Buhari in law. Where is he today? Desiani, when they want to focus on Desiani, they know how many countries they trace Desiani to. Now they said they are telling us that guy is on a war. They don't even know where he is. Is that a country? No, is that a country? Don't let us, we can fool for ourselves for days, for years, but we can't fool ourselves forever. Me, I don't cut, I don't jar, I no be moving again. So enough. Nigeria for the people who love the Nigeria. But for me, I start with another country because at this my age, I cannot continue like this and end up like this. At least I come to this life to enjoy, not to suffer. The Nigerian other name of Nigeria is sufferhead country. Original sufferhead, as fella said.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you.
Okay, that is it for today. We are moving to the end of Buy-Sell at the newsstand. A big thank you to everyone that have spoken this morning. A big thank you to Mr. Sunday, Mr. David, Mr. Charles, Mr. Matthew, Mr. Lucky, and Mr. Kunle for speaking today. What a wonderful speech. Okay, you can reach me on my Facebook, Chuko Christian, and also any other thing you want to confirm, you can reach me on my Facebook, Chuko Christian. A big thank you to the man behind the camera. We have Femi. Femi has been standing for over an hour. As a big thank you to you, and a big thank you to Boss Flip TV, Biodun Kukoluyi. Bye for now, till tomorrow, same place, same time. Thank you.